Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Cinnamon Stitches. I am your yarn host Jennifer and today is Thursday. Thursday is Pyow! So, that's Premier Yarn of the Week. In case you didn't know what Pyow stood for, now you know. I got another Magic Mystery Yarn box from Premier Yarns. This is a new / old yarn. They sent me the flyers for both of the yarns. They sent me 2 different kinds of yarns. I have misplaced the other one. I don't know where I put it. It's not in the box. So we're just gonna we're gonna roll with it, okay? I'm gonna pull up my phone and we're gonna roll with it. I'm gonna go to their website and pull up their yarn because it has been released already. In case you guys don't follow Premier Yarns on all the social medias, they released this yarn yesterday and well, actually the day before yesterday. It is the Pixie Dust. Alright, now, from the email that I got from Premier, Pixie Dust is an old yarn in the fact that it's been around a while, but they discontinued it. And they had a lot of pushback from their customers that they wanted the Pixie Dust. They liked the Pixie Dust. If I recall, I believe I did Pixie Dust in I know that I worked with a Pixie Dust in the past. I think I did it for either a Premier Yarns video or I did it for a Premier Week video. If you don't know, once a year we do Premier Week on the channel and we have a full 5 days of Premier Yarns. I feature the yarns and then I show patterns to go along with the yarns. That will be coming up sometime in the next couple of months. I'm still in the planning process of that. So they brought back the Pixie Dust, but they renamed it Pixie Dust Brights. And they have lots of beautiful colors. Let's see, it says that there are, doesn't say how many colors. Hang on, let me count. It usually says in the description how many colors it comes in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 18. Comes in 18 different colors. Okay, now this is a polyester yarn. It is those colors are beautiful. So now instead of just Pixie Dust, it's Pixie Dust Brights, which made me laugh because they sent me black. This is not bright, people. This is not. It's black. And I actually had to wear my neck light to be able to see when I was working with this. Alright, so I'm going to take this out because that's not technically what they sent me. They also sent me 1 skein of the Premier Parfait Chunky. It comes in all of these colors. Lots and lots of colors. Comes in lots of colors. They sent me a beautiful gray color. Now, the Pixie Dust Brights is a blanket style polyester fuzzy yarn. It is a 4-weight. And I'm going to say straight up, I don't like blanket style yarns. I'm not a big fan of polyester yarns. It's not my favorite to work with. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the yarn. We're going to talk about what I loved about it, what I didn't like about it. The Pixie Dust is sparkly. Did you guys see the sparkles? It's sparkly, but you can't feel the sparkles. It just feels like blanket yarn. So they sent me 3 colors of this. They sent it to me in black, bluebell, which is gorgeous, and then red. So when I opened the box, I was like, okay. And they told me ahead of time. They were like, okay, well, this is what we're sending you. Although I didn't know about the chenille, the Parfait Chunky. I didn't know this was going to be in there. But I'm looking, and I asked the cinnamon buns. I asked the people in the Facebook group. I was like, okay, well, what do you guys normally do with blanket yarn? Because this yarn is, let's see, hand wash, lay flat to dry. So that's one of the downsides of the yarn. I could not see making a blanket. I didn't want to make a blanket that I was going to have to hand wash. And I don't have littles in my life that I would make a blanket out of this for. And most of you were like, okay, if I'm going to use blanket yarn, I'm making amigurumi. And I was like, okay, I'm also not a big fan of making amigurumi. It's not my cup of tea. I struggle. It's hard on my hands. And it's just not my favorite thing to do. So while Premier asked me to show you guys the yarn, they also asked me to make something with the yarn to show you guys, to give you guys an idea of what you could use this yarn for. I was mulling over everything in my head. And the last time I showed this on the channel, I made a cute little muff set for like a, I mean, it could have been for a little girl or for a big girl or anybody that likes muffs, okay? If you don't know what a muff is, it's like basically like a tube that you put your hands in to keep warm, okay? And I was like, how cute would this be for, I think I sent it to my niece when she was about 2. So it's been a while. So I made a muff, and I think I made a hat. I'm not positive. I just remember that it was purple. It was purple. It was like a lilac-y color. They still have the lilac? Yes, they do. It was this color. So, and like I said, they're called brights now because all the colors are bright and fun, and like, yeah, you can make a muff. You can make, this fuzzy yarn makes good like trim on anything. This makes cute little mittens, like you can make mittens. And again, it's all things I don't generally make. And I'm thinking, okay, well, I don't want a fuzzy shawl. No, it did sound fun. I didn't have enough to make a sweater. And then I was thinking, okay, but you know what would be cute out of this yarn is like a shrug. Like sleeves that just go across the top of your body. That would be so cute with this yarn. Let me tell you what the yarn is, first of all. It's 251 yards. It's 100% polyester. It is basically a worsted weight blanket yarn with glitter specks. Okay. It wasn't terrible to work with. I actually had a lot of fun getting creative. I searched the internet and I was like, okay, what can I make with these colors? So red. I already knew I kind of wanted to make a heart. I found a pattern from Jujus N Stitches that worked perfectly. This is a tiny little heart. I was like, okay, well, blue. Well, what do I want to make with the blue? And as you see, I barely used any of the blue, but I had a lot of fun with the blue. So to go with the heart, I made a little bit of octopus. Is this octopus? He's so cute. He's so cute. This is not a pattern, but I want to put this on a stick, and I want to just have him holding the stick. So he's holding the heart. Because how cute is this? Okay, so if you want to make an octopus, I'm going to tell you exactly how. If you know how to crochet a ball, if you've ever made an amigurumi and you've made a head, it's a head. I made the head, okay? But I started the decrease here, and before I did the decreases, I went around and crocheted legs. It's all one piece. I did not sew anything onto here. I went around and crocheted the legs. And the legs, I think I chained 20 and double crocheted back up. And then I stitched 2 single crochet and made another leg. And the legs have a natural inclination to want to twirl at the end, so we're going to just encourage that. And then after I was done crocheting those in the round, then I decreased the rest. But of course I added the eyes first. Now I was talking with Juju, I was like, now does he need little tiny eyes or does he need like big eyes? And she voted little tiny eyes. But I just wanted him to have those big amigurumi looking eyes. Yes? Yes.
So I tried to find a video on YouTube.
Sorry about that. I gave him a job of programming remote controls to my TV and he's not able to do it. So apparently I should have consulted with the 8-year-old before I ordered the remotes because they don't work. So no idea what I was saying. Anyway, his big beautiful eyes. He's cute. He's cute. He makes me happy. So I made that with the blue. And as you can see, maybe you can see, he's sparkly. And I gave him big green eyes. So I made that. And after I made the little tiny heart, I wanted a bigger heart. So I kind of just, I just added a bunch of numbers to the Jujus N Stitches pattern. I will link Jujus N Stitches below and this pattern. And I made a little bit of a bigger pillow, which is so cute and squishy. And that was with the red. And then, okay, I'm like black. What am I going to do with black? If any of you have been around for any amount of time, black is not my color. I don't use dark colors. I don't use bland colors. I like color. I like I love color, okay? So black was like, I'm looking at the black in disgust, like black. Like I don't even have black in my stash. I had to special order. I had to make an effort to actually have black in my stash. So I had to actually order black from Premier Yarns because I didn't have any like regular black yarn. So I ordered the black every day because it's my favorite. So anyway, I'm like, okay, well black, what, I'm thinking, what can I make with black? And the only thing that's come into my mind is bugs, because you guys know over the summertime I was making bugs for my son, who you just saw, little man. And I was making him bugs because he's terrified of bugs, specifically spiders. So I crocheted him a spider. And I was like, this yarn would be kind of cute for a bug, but I was like, but what kind of bug? And so I looked up bug amigurumis on the Googles, and like a picture of a firefly popped up on my screen. I love fireflies. So I was like, I looked at the picture, and it is a paid for pattern. I think it was on Ravelry. I am not positive about that. And I don't know that I'm going to be able to find the pattern again because it was in a long Google search. But if I can, I will link her pattern. I did not follow her pattern. I looked at the picture and replicated it as best I could. I also did not add legs because I think legs are tedious. I didn't want to make a bunch of little tiny legs. So this is a firefly, and I used the Pixie Dust Black with the sparklies, and I used Premier Everyday Neon in the color Fluorescent Yellow. So it is showing up super blown out. That is his actual accuracy of his color. So when I turn the light on, it is like very, very, very bright because the camera's trying to make sense of nonsense, right? So what I did is I made his head, typical amigurumi head. I put his eyeballs on, and then I connected, and I decreased down, and instead of creating a neck, I just started to increase again, but in the yellow. And then I made like a light bulb looking shape. And then, again, this is all one piece. And then I came back up here, and I left the black connected so that I could crochet the wings. And then I attached the yellow again and went around the edge of the wings. And he's so cute. He's so cute. And then I attached some yarn here, and I crocheted a little antenna. Isn't he cute? I just really like him. Now, like I said, I don't make amigurumi very often. They are not perfect, but they always put a little smile on my face when I do complete something like this. He almost looks like he's got like a cape on. He's fancy. He's got suit tails on. So that's what I made with the Premier Pixie Dust. I actually had a lot of fun with that, and I'm trying to think of more things that I can make with that yarn so that it doesn't go to waste. But I'm definitely going to make some more of these heart pillows because I had a lot of these. Are really easy pattern. If you follow Jada's tutorial, it's a really easy pattern. It works up really quick and fun, and this is a cute little Valentine's gift for anybody you have in your life and you just want to say, hey, I appreciate you. She also has where you can put wording and writing on it, but I just like the plain heart. So yeah, I thought that was cute. I especially liked the little one with the octopus. Cause I just feel like they go together. Can you see it with him holding the heart? Yeah, so I really, really liked making the octopus too. He was a lot of fun. And the octopuses are easy. Okay, so then, like I said, they sent me one ball of gray chunky, Parfait chunky. So I'm looking at the gray and I'm like, okay, I have one ball. One ball is 131 yards. Again, it's 100% polyester. It is so deliciously soft. It's machine washable, warm, and you can lay flat to dry. And like I said, it comes in a lot of colors. They sent me the color, I think it was just gray, but this says pale gray. So it may have been the pale gray. I don't have the bulb. It's been, I cannot, okay? It's just been crazy. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, what am I gonna make with 131 yards? I'm like, okay, I can make a small cowl. I could make something that wears on my head. I don't want to work on another amigurumi because I feel like that's just like cheating. Like this yarn is really, really, here, I'll show you the color. So that gray. Let's try this again. So this is the color that they sent me in the gray Parfait. And I knew I wanted to make something wearable. I wanted to make something soft and squishy. And the only having 131 yards to work with was an issue because this is the chunky. I do have some of the Premier Parfait from the Dollar Tree, which is very thin compared to this. So I'm sitting there and I was like, all right, I'm going to go look on Premier's website. This is something I do frequently because when Premier releases a yarn, any yarn, they will load up like 4 or 5, sometimes 6 patterns that go with the yarn that they're releasing. And I sometimes will use the patterns, and sometimes I just use it as an inspiration of what it looks like and go from there. When I pulled out Parfait Chunky on Premier's website, it gave me a list at the bottom of other yarns that might interest me, and they showed me the Parfait, the Bloom Chunky Parfait. I have one. Hang on, let me grab it. Which it's right here. So they showed this as another yarn that I might like, and I did not even think to pair these two together. So this is the Bloom Chenille. It is a bulky number 6, just like this is. It is the same materials, 100% polyester. It feels very similar, like they go together. They go together very well. And so because I had the gray, I was like, okay, well, I had several colors of this. I have this beautiful blue of the Bloom Chenille, which is called Begonia, but I also have a pink one, which is over there. I don't remember the colorway. But then I had this color. And it just, I love the way these colors look together. So what I did is I made a bias, it's not a shawl, it's a scarf. I made a bias scarf. I chained, I want to say 30, and then to make a bias, you decrease every row on this side and you increase every row on this side. So here you do 2 single crochet together in the first stitch, and on this side you put 2 single crochet in the last stitch and 2 single crochet in the first stitch, and it gives you instead of crocheting back and forth this way, it starts crocheting at an angle. And so I started off with a thin, then I went a little bit thicker, then I went a little bit thicker, then I went a lot thicker and used up the rest of the ball. But here I got some bad news, so I started to mess up a little bit. So this part is actually, I messed up on my stitch count, and so this part's a little wonky, but we're going to pretend that that didn't happen because that was total stress crocheting. So it's still pretty. It's still, I really, really like it, and it's so, and because I got the bad news while I was crocheting this, I was crocheting it, I finished it, and I was ready for bed at that point because I was crocheting to work off like the nerves and all the feelings I was having. So when I finished it, I didn't even tie in the ends. I wrapped it around my neck like this, and I rubbed it until I went to sleep. And I slept with it around my neck all night long because it was like having a blankie. That tells you how soft this is. It's so soft. It's really warm. And if you create this in the bias, okay, if you want to make it into a cowl, the 2 ends match up perfectly, and you could seam it together, and then this would be a big cowl that you could then like wrap around twice if you really want to be warm. I live in a, like, it was 70 degrees yesterday. So our winters are very mild compared to what I grew up with. And I don't really need something really warm and bulky around my neck. So that's why I made it a scarf. Because it's very soft and very squishy. And like, it just feels so nice. I totally have been sleeping on the Parfait. I really have been. I'm missing opportunities. And my sister, Baby Paprika, loves Parfait. Like, it is her favorite. I gave her a bunch that I had in my stash. I got a bunch of Parfait years ago in mystery bags and I wasn't using it. So I was like, here, you know, I knew she would use it. she makes blankets. Like, she makes a lot of Parfait blankets. She makes hats and mittens and cowls and scarves. And like, she made all last year. She made, not last year, 2022, but 2021. She made all of her family members' stuff out of the Parfait because it's so nice and it's beautiful. One of the main things that people have complained about with the Parfait is it has a tendency to do what they call worming. So if you use certain stitches, the yarn will worm its way back, especially if you wash it incorrectly. The stitches will pull out and they'll look like there's little loops and worms coming out. And every time I show Parfait yarn or a chenille style yarn, that is the thing I get, is like, what do you do about worming? What I do about worming, what I do to combat worming is I use single crochet. Single crochet helps a little, I mean, it helps a lot actually. When you do double crochet, the worming happens way more frequently. But if you do double or single crochet and half double crochet, you don't get the worming so much. I mean, it still can happen, but because the stitches are smaller and tighter and like more compact, there's not as much room for the stitches to pull and twist. And another thing to think about with this style yarn is the ends. The fuzz comes off really easily, so it's harder to weave in the ends with this. So there's different techniques you can use. You can like sew this in with an actual like needle and thread to keep it in. I just weave it in and just whatever happens, happens. Like, I'm not super stressed. I don't sell my makes. I make a lot of things for either myself or for donation. So I don't really worry about the ends a whole lot, but it is something to consider with this yarn. However, is the hassle worth it? Yeah. Because this yarn is, like I said, it's so lush. It's soft. And paired up with that bloom, it's just so pretty. Look, isn't that beautiful? And it made me happy. And instead of looking like little flowers, it kind of looks like little carrots. Doesn't it look like little carrots? It's so cute. It's so pretty. And so I was holding on to this yarn. And the reason I bought the bloom chenille is because, is that what it's called? Yeah, bloom chenille. The reason I bought the bloom chenille is because this colorway specifically reminded me of bed sheets when I was a little girl. And it just, it brought back really fond memories. So I was holding on to it because I only bought one. And the bloom chenille is only 87 yards, you know? And I was like, okay, what am I going to do with that? That's something special. And then when I saw that the gray matched up pretty well, I think the gray looks beautiful with that. I'm so happy because, you know, I just feel like I did something good. I made good use of it, except for where I stress messed up, but it's fine. So that's what I did with that. Very, very happy. I think it turned out beautiful. And even though I was stressing about the Pixie Dust Brights, I actually had a lot of fun. And I sat down and I think in about 2 hours I had the octopus and both hearts made and the bug made in about 2 hours. So it took me no time at all to make these little cuties, and he's my favorite. I mean, the bug is cute. The bug is definitely cute, and he fluoresces under black light, which is awesome. So, and I had fun making the hearts too, but he's my favorite. He gets the heart. Really cute. Look it. So, yeah. So, thank you to Premier once again for sending me a box of goodies. I always feel like I'm part of a special club, and I've said this a lot. When I know that yarn is getting ready to be released, and I have the secret, and I know that there's lots of other podcasters that are influencers as well that had the same boxes as me in probably different colors, and I just feel like I'm part of a special club. It's like I get to know, like, I know they got yarn coming out. So check out Pixie Dust Brights because it's got this beautiful sparkle. This I'm really glad you guys recommended the amigurumi because I really think that that's what really shines with this yarn. I think if you like amigurumi, you're going to love this yarn. I also think this would be really cute for anything for little kids, like the muff pattern that I did. But also like trim on mittens, if you're making mittens for your little, or trim on hats for your little, for yourself too, because this color is beautiful. And I think my sister will love this. So yeah, check that out. And then also while you're at it, check out the Bloom Chenille, because it goes so well with the Parfait Chunky. They are like a match made in heaven. And I was looking at this, I was like, okay, well, since I got this beautiful blue color, I have 2 of these. What color of the chenille could I mix with that? Because they have lots of blues. They got quite a few pinks. So I'm going to have to match that up and see what I can make with this, because now that I know that they go so well together, you're going to see this in a pairing again. I actually might make a little blanket, because I think this would be such a nice little blanket. So, and it's so pretty. It's so pretty, and it's so, I cannot express to you how soft and squishy this is. Like, it's gorgeous. And so I'm going to wrap it around my neck again. I'm going to go edit this video and deal with all the issues that my son keeps bringing to me that he cannot handle by himself right now. And I will, once again, thank you, Premier. Thank you for thinking of me. Thank you for including me in this. And just thanks for making quality yarn continuously and making my job easier, but also, like, for me, the fact that they keep pumping out with the cool yarns and they keep coming up with, like, just yarns that I'm so in love with, it makes me want to continue working with them. It makes me want to continue showing you guys, because it's so easy for me to just work with beautiful, soft, squishy yarn. So thank you, Premier, and thank you everyone for watching this video. And if you want any of these yarns that I have shown, even if you want some fluorescent yellow yarns, I will link all those things below. It is an affiliate link. I do make a small percentage back of your purchase. It doesn't cost you anything. If you click the link, whatever you buy after you click that link, it gives me credit for it. They're like, hey, she came to our website because of Cinnamon Stitches, and so we're giving Cinnamon Stitches a little bit of credit. That's how that works. So it's beneficial, because now I can go buy some more and give you guys tutorials and, like, you know, all of the things. So thanks, Premier. Thank you to all of you for watching. And if you click that link, it does help a lot. So thank you so much if you click the link. If you're not, thank you for watching. That also helps. And I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.